What's up guys, Dr. Beau here, and today we are going to be answering the question, how old is too old for a chiropractic adjustment? Stay tuned.
How can I help you today?
Hey guys, Dr. Beau here for another Ask Me Anything, and you know what, this is a great question, and it simply asks, how old is too old for a chiropractic adjustment? Meaning like, am I too old to get adjusted? And to be honest, the answer is probably no. No, you're probably not too old, but let's talk about that. A lot of times people perceive chiropractic adjustments just as the manual forces that you see all over YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, with people like adjusting the neck and you're hearing big, loud snap, crackles, and pops and what have you. But let me tell you guys, there are multiple ways to manipulate and adjust the body, the spine, etc. Matter of fact, in our world, we call them different techniques. Now, the ones that most of you guys are probably familiar with on the online world with the snap, crackles, and pops, that's called a diversified technique. But there's also other techniques called drop table, SOT, activator, pro adjuster, non-force. So basically, yes, there's multiple different ways to address the same problem. Matter of fact, that's one of the reasons why chiropractic is so different from a lot of the other healing professions that are out there, is because we can all attack them from different angles and produce different results. But ultimately, when it comes to the way that you're adjusted by your doctor or your practitioner, you just got to have a conversation with them and let them know. Now, there are a few things as far as a doctor that we look out for. So first off, anytime that I have a little bit of an older patient, and by the way, let me just preface this by saying my oldest patient that I have ever adjusted was 106 years old. That's right, 106. She was a nun of all things, actually. Amazing woman. I've had lots of patients that have crossed the century mark, the 100 mark. Matter of fact, about 3 months ago, I had a patient come in. It was great because it was her birthday too. She came in, we took pictures. It was amazing. I also love talking to patients that have reached that age. They have so much wisdom. But anyway, so back to what I was saying. Yes, you can get adjusted. The most important thing from my perspective as a doctor is the communication with the patient. Just to, number one, figure out how their body is. A big concern is, are you going to quote unquote break my back, or can you break a vertebrae, or can you break a bone? The answer is yeah, we can do all of those things. However, obviously we don't want to do that. So we want to have conversation with the patient. Do they have osteoporosis? Do they have osteopenia? Do they have any other things that are red flags or contraindications for us giving a osseous or a quote unquote manual adjustment? Now, my kind of general rule of thumb is that when we get patients that are a little bit older, usually 70s, 80s, 90s and above, we don't have to use a lot of force. I don't have to put a big snap, crackle, pop into the patient to get the bones to move, to get the tissues to cooperate the way I want. So yes, I love to reach for different tools. I like to use SOT, I like to use diversified a little bit, I like to use activator, pro adjuster, arthrostim. I do all of those things. And the reason being is that I just get a better result. And then lastly, also from the patient side of it, I don't want it to hurt. I don't want to leave you inflamed, not feeling good, and hurting. That's no good. I want you to feel good. So my perspective is when a patient comes in, if they're a little bit older and elderly, I'll address it right up front. Hey, have you done chiropractic? What has worked? What hasn't? Tell me about, do you have any osteoporosis or osteopenia? Any other conditions that are going on? And I walk and talk them through everything. And then lastly, when they're under care, at least with myself, I always start with the easiest way to manipulate before moving up to more osseous movement. So I'll almost always start with using blocking or an activator or a pro adjuster or an arthrostim, because those are very, very low force adjustments. Now, it's going to take a little bit longer time for myself to get the correction, but I don't care about that. I want the patient to be comfortable. I want the adjustment to be perfect, and I want it to hold and give them a great result. So I say all that to tell you what. Is there an age that's too old? In all honesty, no. If the doctor is doing it the right way, understanding what the patient's needs are, understanding the history of the patient, and understanding the best course of care. All right, guys, hope that helps you. If you're looking for a chiropractor, Those are the questions that you want to ask. Go in there, be upfront. All right. Talk to you guys later. Have a good one.